Check density, day par day. C'est important. Bonjour Louis.
Salut Edouard.
Je te présente mon équipe. That's Louis Barriol, the owner of the estates, and he speaks better English than me.
Hi.
Bonjour.
We know how to welcome South Africans. It's just
that's the South African rugby national rugby team.
Yeah.
we know how to welcome them, but we like to humiliate them on the pitch. But it's very rare that we do it actually.
Louis is in the middle of the pisage, a French term describing a traditional method of punching down the cap. Pisage is labor-intensive and more suitable for small batches of wine, but it's a very gentle technique and results in less bruising to the grapes.
You really feel your grapes, you really feel what you do. You feel where the cap is strong, where the cap is soft.
If you use
This is a much softer way to do pisage than the machine. When you use machines, you push a button and you just, the relation with the cap is, you know, there's the machine in between, and any machine pisage is more violent than this.
You cannot speak of Provence without mentioning the infamous Mistral. This cold, dry north wind comes ripping through Provence without warning at random times throughout the entire year and can blow consistently for days on end. The neat rows of cypress trees, the sturdy stone farmhouses, and the narrow, winding village streets of Provence are all man-made protections against the Mistral. However, for winemakers, the Mistral is a welcome phenomenon.
Mistral has a huge impact on the quality of our wines because it really limits the diseases on the vines, and it really makes our grapes very healthy, you know, because Mistral is a northern wind which is really cold and dry, so it makes them healthy. It fights against botrytis. It's just a great thing. If we hadn't the Mistral, our quality would be divided per two. I mean, it's a major thing in the southern round.
As if the Mistral weren't enough, there is another wind that plagues Provence.
No, it's a great wind, but the rocks you see on the tiles, that's not against the Mistral. This is against the southern wind, which really breaks everything. The trees, remove the tiles. It's a real pity. But the Mistral can be powerful, but it's so consistent that it doesn't really break anything.
Next, Louis takes us underground to the ancient Roman cellars.
Yeah, we're going to go downstairs in the cellar and we will have a look at the Roman vats, as Saint-Cosme is the oldest winemaking site in the whole southeast of France. Careful.
Careful, thank you.
That has been built for really tiny people. That's my clinical lab. Go away, you guys. This has been built about probably before Jesus Christ. Very, very careful.
Dating back almost 2,000 years, these caves are hewn from solid limestone, the very same limestone that his vineyards are planted in and that gives these wines their distinct mineral character.
It was built in the 2nd century, and it was a pressing vat. They used gravity at that period. Okay.
This ancient Roman press is perhaps the oldest of its kind in southeastern France.
Have a look. So you have a small fermenting vat, you know. They found in the foundation 16 vat like that, and it was a pressing tank. Look at, you have the system to fix the screw and the system to press.
Wow. This was built 2nd century, right? You know,
after Jesus Christ.
Yeah, after Jesus Christ, by the Romans, as this period was very dynamic in the region here, as we are in the Uves Valley, and they used to transport goods to the Rhone, and from the Rhone to the sea, and you know, this is why the valleys were so developed.
Louis gives us some interesting historical perspective on the evolution of the wine barrel.
When the wine was finished, racked, pressed and everything, they used to put it in barrel or amphoras, because the barrel was invented by the Celts, not by the Romans. So when the Romans arrived here, they were already using the barrels, and they used to transport and sell it, and it was drunk. And we all have to think that the barrel was something to transport the wine, not to improve the wine. And then afterwards, people realized that it was really improving the wine. But at the beginning, it was just the lightest way to transport some liquids, olive oil, wine. We have did you notice we have a authentic problem of space here? This is why in my family we are quite tiny. This is genetical adaptation. Not at all.
While it's still early afternoon, every wine geek knows that your palate is best in the morning, so we don't object to an early barrel tasting.
Another glass?
No, it's okay. We have enough.
In addition to Grenache, red Gigondas blends must contain a minimum of 15% Mourvèdre and Syrah. When we return, the food of Provence.